What's going on? Matt Malatesta here with the Athletic Director's Corner. I'm here with John Hoye of the John Cooper School in SPC right here in Houston, Texas, north of Houston, in the Woodlands. John, your AD/social media game, my friend, is fire. How, as an athletic director, we're seeing people that are becoming really progressive as it relates to marketing their programs. How big has this become in the world of the athletic director responsibility as it relates to social media and marketing, etc.?
Well, obviously, since we're talking about it, it's becoming more and more of an emphasis. I think as things have changed, we talk about social media and we talk about recruiting and getting your name out there. If it's the school or the kids or the teams, it's the quickest and probably the easiest way to do it right now. It's also cost effective, which helps a lot of athletic directors. But as you see more and more kids getting, going viral and becoming more popular, if it's a NBA player's son, or if it's someone that just happens to have a great football or tennis or swimming highlight, it's the way that people are getting noticed and ultimately looking to go professional. And then actually it even ties into NIL now a little too.
You are kind of on the forefront. We do meet with a bunch of athletic directors, but was it just an interest of yours, or like, hey, this is a necessary evil we've got to get into, because you seem like you're ahead of the game as it relates to that part of the business?
So it wasn't initially an interest. I was always curious about it, but did not grow up in, when it was emerging. I'm a little bit older. The part that hooked me for it was being at a smaller school. Our high school has about 450 students, and some of the other high schools have over 4,000 and are very successful. I saw it as a way that we could define our image and define what people thought and knew about John Cooper and the athletic program. So we can really control the narrative of what's going on and what's going out about our school and athletics.
We're talking with John Hoye, the Director of Athletics at the John Cooper School of SPC. Just overall as an athletic director, what has become your vision, and has it changed since you started there to now?
Well, I think the emphasis for myself and probably most athletic directors is how we can support the school and how we can support our students and the teams. And this is just a new avenue to be able to do it. Obviously, it's changed and continues to evolve. But the ultimate question is what are we able to do to help our students be successful? And if that's short term when they're winning championships, or if it's long term where we help them achieve their goals to play at the college and at the university level. This is just another one of the ingredients in that whole recipe.
So you're also in charge of hiring coaches. How or what are some of the secret sauce or special ingredients that you see in high-level coaches that have really good success?
I think it's very similar to a successful teacher in the classroom. I think the number one thing is how well that individual can create a relationship, a positive relationship with the players. You see in the classrooms, and the successful teachers are the ones that have those relationships with the students, so they're really engaged and really interested in the subject matter. And you see successful coaches doing that. If it's on the professional level, if it's on the college level or if it's in the high school level. You know, if a player wants to play for that coach and if they will go to the timeout ready to accept some of the instruction. And that just comes from, you know, their time together. If it's at practice, if it's driving to and from games, if it's email exchanges that they have about, you know, game film or whatever. The successful coaches are the ones that develop those relationships. And that's something that, you know, we often see the games, but what goes on at practice, what goes on in the halls, all those things really will determine how well a coach is doing at the school.
We're talking with John Hoye, Athletic Director of John Cooper School of the SPC. All right, let's talk SPC. You know, you see, you know, TAPS, SPC, you know, talent across the city of Houston, which is a very huge area with great talent. How do you feel the SPC kind of fits into that talent pool? It's very academic, but they're also doing great things in the world of athletics. Just kind of talk about the state of the union of SPC.
Well, I guess my unofficial stance would be it's underrated. I don't think a lot of people realize the number of students that the SPC graduates and puts into college athletics. The last 3 years, I think we've averaged 15 or 16 students per year that have gone on to play college athletics. And so that's a pretty good number, considering we'll graduate about 110 students each year. So it's, you know, about 10 to 15% every year that we will send on to play college athletics. And some schools do more than that. The academic piece is really important because it's another way that our students have a chance to play at some of the really academic, if it's Division 1, 2, or 3, which you may miss out if you haven't been, I guess, diligent about your studies. Additionally, we have students that may play some of the non-traditional sports at the university level. You know, we have lacrosse, we have field hockey, we have boys volleyball. Some things that you don't see as much, in addition to the more mainstream sports and opportunities, is one of the real benefits of the SPC.
The John Hoye timeline. How did you get to Cooper?
Well, I've always been interested in athletics. And I actually went to LSU. And when I was there, I actually started coaching a high school team and did a little AAU work. And that was kind of my first, I guess, introduction to that. And once I graduated from LSU, I was actually in grad school, and the opportunity to become the kind of the graduate program assistant, they've called it a couple different things, at Rice University came up, and I accepted that, withdrew from grad school, accepted that, and worked at Rice with the basketball program for 3 years under Willis Wilson, who was there for a long, long time. Did that for 3 years. And then an opportunity came up at the Audi International School to teach and to coach basketball. And then I actually coached volleyball, which I played in high school, coached track and field and cross country. So kind of a reintroduction to some other things that I've been away from for a while, but still had some knowledge of that. And so I was there for 14 years at Audi, worked as a 6th grade coordinator, eventually was offered the position to work with the administration as the athletic director. And after 4 years there, I made the transition over to John Cooper, where I've been the AD here now, going on my 6th year. So
what makes John Cooper a super special place?
So we talked about the SPC earlier. One of the really unique things is that we're a younger school. We're not as old as some of the other schools, and it allows us to really continue to define the direction that we're going. the growth has been tremendous. But the families, the students, the teachers here are all in line with our mission. And when we talk about curiosity to wisdom, we see that in the classroom. We see that in the administrative decisions. It's something that is well known, and we take a lot of pride in. So that was one of the main attractors for me.